Great. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Yoga Church. We have some ground to cover today. I get these emails from a teacher based in New York named Leslie Kaminoff. Maybe some of you others on the screen have heard of him or familiar with him. He's been around for a long, long time, written a couple of books, and he is a well-known teacher of teachers, and well-known teacher. Anyway, so I get emails from him, little updates, and he sent one out. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. It had a little quote in there which inspired me. He said, "Yoga tries to find the balance between what you can change and what you cannot change." Sounds very much like we all know of the serenity prayer, right? Grant me the serenity to accept the things I can change, the courage to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and enough coffee to know that, enough in the wisdom to know the difference. So the way he interpreted this, he said, yoga tries to find the balance between what you can change, and he inserted the word tapas there. And you all will remember from way back in the day during the pandemic, we did a series on the yama and the niyamas, and tapas being the heat that produces change. It's heat that produces transformation. It's discipline, it's work, it's effort, and it's why we do yoga, because we're looking for transformation, whether that's transformation to get out of back pain, or transformation to finally be able to touch our toes, or free up a frozen shoulder, but or maybe you're really going for the big guns and you're like going for enlightenment, full throttle. Whatever it is, yoga tries to find the balance between what we can change and work on and what we cannot. And he inserts ishvara pranidhana there. And again, circle back to the yamas and the niyamas. Ishvara pranidhana is this concept of handing everything over. In other words, working hard, showing up, giving 100% to whatever task you're doing, whether that's on the mat or out in the world or in your home, and then letting go and letting the results be what they may. And when you're done, be done, and can you be okay with the results? So we show up, we work hard. It took me well over a year to touch my toes. Who cares? I didn't get enlightenment from that, but it was an aim that I had hoped to loosen up my hamstrings and my low back enough to be able to do that at some point, for comfort more so than any grandiose ideas. So we show up on our mats, we give what we've got, and then we drop back into shavasana. Sometimes we drop into child's pose in the middle of the practice and just let things settle. Let the results be what they are. So I'm going to ask you today, as you move through the practice, to occasionally check in with your thoughts and check in with your self-awareness, check in with your self-talk. Notice if the discipline and the effort and the challenge is causing a rumble up in the brain, or if you can be like, okay, I'm going to take a breath and separate myself from that, watch it, notice how it felt, and be good with it and move on to the next shape. So that's what's happening today. We're going into back bends. I'd like you to have 2 blocks and a strap, please. And then come down onto your mat in the prone position, which means on your belly. And we're going to start out in crocodile pose. So down on your belly, legs extended out behind you on the mat. You'll bend your elbows, take your forearms to the mat, stack your hands one on top of the other, and rest your forehead on the back of your hands, on the back of your stacked hands. Oh, well, hello, Sophie. Great. And if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, close your eyes. I want you to move your lower jaw back and forth a few times. And take the first 10 or 15 seconds of crocodile pose to just unpack yourself. Stretch your legs out behind you one at a time. And then I would ask you to take, one of your hands and bring it behind your back. Bring it to your lower back, to your lumbar section. lumbar region, and just kind of move the back of your hand up and down on either side of your spine, really light, maybe across your spine a couple times. But I want you to notice, get a sense of the muscles that are engaged just in this prone position. So for the teachers on the screen, this qualifies as a back bend. This qualifies, I should say, it qualifies as a spinal extension. So when working therapeutically, this is often a beautiful place to start with people. And once you've got a sense of your back muscles firing off a bit, hopefully without pain, then I'll have you stack your hands on top of one another again. And let's take 5 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Slowing the breath down, breathing into the belly, allowing your belly to gently press into the mat, push into the mat as you inhale, expanding through your side waist laterally, and exhaling, just a soft deflation. And 2 more deep breaths, please. Breathing into your back body, your lumbar area, your sacrum. And 1 more time. I'm going to have you tuck your toes under. Fire up your legs a bit so your knees lift away from the mat. And then just using your toes, begin to pulse yourself forward and back. And there's not a whole lot of control here. Just let yourself wiggle forward and back, using your toes kind of like the rudder. You might visualize the cerebral spinal fluid getting a little action. Good. Just a little pulsing forward and back. We'll do this for about another 10 seconds. Terrific. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Take your time with this. I want you to lift yourself up onto your hands and your knees, and then slowly drop back into child's pose, hips to heels. Knees can be close, knees can be wide. Do what feels best for your back, for your spine, for your body. Good. And I tell you what, before you get too situated in child's pose, if you've got access to 2 blocks, put your blocks up at the top, towards the top of your mat, and place your hands 1 on each block. Take the blocks wide on your mat. Now, leaving your blocks where they are, I'm going to have you arc your trunk over to the left. So you'll bring your right hand up to the left block and bring your left fingertips to the floor just beyond your left knee and press softly into the floor with your fingertips, giving yourself a little lean into your right ribs. With the hand elevated on the block, the head is off the floor. Excellent. And then come back to center, but listen up, before we do the other side, I'm gonna have you bring your right hand to the right hand block again. Push it forward as you lift your hips up. We're gonna come into thread the needle. Left arm goes onto the floor between your right knee and right hand. I'm gonna have you, if you're using a block, take the block just a little off to the right so your arms are a bit more of a diagonal. This will allow you to get a bit of an external rotation going on in the upper arm. And if you're not using the block, don't sweat it. Just come into the thread the needle shape that you know and love that feels really terrific in your thoracic spine. Now you'll bring your right hand to the floor, just in front of your nose. Press the floor away from you so you can unthread your left arm. Come on to hands and knees. So here we go. We're going to do the other side. Blocks or no blocks, you do you. Drop into child's pose. Great. Now we're going to sweep the spine, arc the spine over to the right. Right fingertips to the floor, just about 6 or 8 inches from your right knee. Left hand reaches up towards the right block. And then lean into the hammock of your left ribs. Excellent. Return to center. And then we're going to push the left hand block forward as you lift your hips up. Slide your right arm onto the floor, right shoulder onto the floor. Between your left knee and left hand. Take your left hand block just off to the left slightly. And then bring your left hand to the mat. Lift yourself up. Move your blocks off to the side. Coming onto all fours. Let's neutralize the spine for just a moment. Keeping your lower back steady, pelvis steady. This move is just in the scapula. As you inhale, pull your scapula towards one another, keeping your arms straight. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades away from one another, rounding just your upper back. And then we'll do this several more times. Arms remain straight. In order for the movement to be isolated in the scapula. Not a full tilt cat-cow. Excellent. I want you to bring your knees together, big toes and ankles together. You're going to sit back on your heels for broken toe pose. It's a good one. Yeah. Too soon? Maybe. Bring your hands together. You're welcome to keep your fingertips to the floor to keep the weight off of your heels a bit. If you're ready for it, bring your hands together, gentle clasp of your fingers, and make some figure eights with your wrists. Anytime you need to eject and sit up off of your heels, go for it. I'm going to have you reverse the motion of the figure eights. Great. And then take your palms forward, arms up. Hang in there. Bring your hands back to your heart. Change the interlace of your fingers. And here we go. Figure eights. We're almost there. Reverse direction. Belly firm. Great. Spin your palms forward, arms up. Ay, ay, ay. And then hands to the floor. Woo, 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 woo. Let your feet relax. Yowza. So here's a little flow for us. As you inhale, arching your back, low back, mid back, upper back, looking forward. Exhaling, hips come to heels for child's pose, balasana. Inhaling, propel yourself forward to staff pose, called plank in the vinyasa culture. Exhaling, downward facing dog. That's it. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, come to your knees, arching low back, middle back, upper back, the cow of the cat-cow, the go. Exhaling, child's pose. Hips sink to heels, balasana. Breathing in, staff pose, shoulders over wrists, Adho Mukha Dandasana. And breathing out, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, I'm gonna take a look 1 more time. Hands and knees, inhale. Arching, looking forward. Very nice. Child's pose, exhale. Adho Mukha Dandasana, downward facing staff pose, inhale. Strong legs, strong belly, downward dog, exhale. Very nice. Bringing a little heat into the shoulders, a little motion into the hips and ankles. From here, walk your feet forward to the top of your sticky mat. Good, and then over the course of a slow breath in, roll yourself up, keeping your belly firm as you rise, slowly stacking your joints rather. Yeah, shoulders over hips, beautiful, hips over heels, wonderful. Arms down, here we go, Surya Namaskar. I'm gonna have you hook your thumbs, please. Breathing in, sweep your arms forward and up. As you exhale, soft knees, fold forward, bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together, take your knuckles up and over your head. Good. And then fingertips come to the floor, please. Inhale, looking forward. Hands can come to your knees. Long back, long spine. And then exhale, bow forward, and you're gonna step your right foot back. Bring your right knee down to the floor. And this is going to be not like an old school lunge where the right knee is way, way back and we're sinking the pelvis to the floor, but rather I want you to shorten your stride a little so your right knee is directly under your right hip. A new school lunge, okay? And then you're going to bring your arms forward, elbows bent. We're going to go into an open twist. As you inhale, right arm goes back. Exhale, right arm forward. Good, just like that, 2 more times. Inhaling, right arm back, keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders. And exhale forward. Good, last time, right arm back, open twist. And exhale, right arm forward. Good deal, bring your fingertips to the floor. Lift your right knee up off the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. And bring your left knee down for bird dog. I want you to engage your right glutes. Lift your right leg until it's parallel to the floor. And then if the balance is there for you today, take your left arm forward. Some days it's there, some days it's not. You can't push it. You can't fight it. It's going to be what it's going to be. Feel your right butt muscles strong and firm. Not literally, but sensory. Feel your butt muscles. Good. And then knee down, hand down, and step back to downward dog. From downward facing dog, yogi's choice, either one big step forward with your right foot or take a bunch of little steps. Make this a moving meditation as you walk your feet up to your hands. And once feet come to hands, you're going to hook your thumbs, soften your knees. Breathing in, sweep your arms forward and up and let that motion lift you all the way up to standing. Exhale, soft knees, fold forward, bring your hands behind your back, clasping fingers together, knuckles up and overhead. Big shoulder stretch. And then fingers to the floor, please, or hands to your shins. Inhale and come halfway up. Long spine, good, strong back. And then exhale, bow down, take your left foot back. Remember, not such a big step. Left knee comes down. We're looking at 90-degree angles. And then forearms up. Keeping your elbows in the same plane as your shoulders, we're going to open the left elbow out to the left on the in-breath. And bring the left elbow back to center on the out-breath. Great, twice more. Breathing in and open. Keep that right arm forward. Yep, nice adjustment, Cindy. Good, and exhale. Great, one more time. Take both shoulders back, both hands back on the open, and then exhale, close. Terrific. Hands come to your mat. Pick your left knee up, step back to downward dog. Great. And then we're going to come down to the right knee for bird dog. We'll come down to both knees and then engaging your left buttock, left leg raises, left leg moves up and straight back. And then you can just get light on your right fingertips if you'd like and toy around with your balance from there, or take your right arm forward. I find it useful to keep your eyes on a point. I like to keep my eyes just looking at the mat, maybe the top of the mat, but where the eyes go, the body goes. Eyes focused. Excellent. Knee down, hand down, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Give yourself a full respiratory cycle in dog pose. Check in with your mind. How's it going? What's happening? What's your body saying? What's your mind saying? Too slow? Not enough? Too fast? What's going on? Can you just watch it and be like, okay, that's interesting. So it's going to change. Now, either taking a big step forward with your left foot or taking several small steps, inching your way to the top of your sticky mat. Good. Once your feet get to the top of the mat, and don't rush this process. Well, once they get there, you're going to bring your feet together, knees together, and we're going to sink our hips, bend the knees, flexing the knees, coming into Utkatasana. I'm going to have you bring your fingertips to your shoulders while you're down here. Good. As you breathe in, take your elbows back. As you exhale, bring your elbows together. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, elbows apart. Take them back, go back, way back. Exhale, bring them together. Maybe they can touch. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, take it back, go, 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 go. And exhale, elbows together. Bring your hands to the floor, straighten your legs. Good. Deep breath in, come halfway up. Hands to your shins or fingertips stay to the floor. And then exhale, bow down, I'm going to have you take your right foot back, spin your right heel down. Bring your left elbow to your left knee. And bring your right hand to your right wrist. This is door number 1. You can stay right here in a prep for Konasana. We're going to take it another step. Right hand comes behind your head. As you inhale, draw your right elbow back, back, back. As you exhale, I'm going to have you coil down, bring your right hand or your right elbow towards your left palm. Doesn't matter if it gets there or not. 2 more times. Inhale, take your elbow back, right elbow back, push your head back. Exhale, elbow to hand. Good, 1 more time. Right elbow back, take your head back, take your head back, take your head back, take your head back. And exhale, elbow to hand. Good. At this point, both hands to the floor, please. Come up onto the ball of the back foot and bring your right knee down. You're going to hang in this square again, this 90-degree square. Bring your hands to your left knee, lift your trunk up. Fingertips to your shoulders, elbows straight out. Breathing in. You're going to twist to the left as you breathe out. A little corkscrew. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Good, keeping belly firm, pelvis stable. 1 more time. Good, twisty, twisty to the left. On the exhale. Good, shoulders back, elbows back. Nice, Maxine, good. And then come back to center. Bring your fingertips to the floor. And pick your back knee up, step back to downward facing dog. Good. As you inhale, you can come forward to staff, or you're welcome to stay in downward dog. Those in staff pose, on the exhale, lower yourself down to the floor. We're going to start out with just a very low cobra, which means no hands, pointing your toes straight back. When you're ready, as you inhale, peel your head, chest, hands up off the floor, very low cobra, Bhujangasana. Good, nice, Barb. And then exhale back down to the mat. And let's all meet in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, excellent. So from downward facing dog, I'm going to have you step your right foot forward and lunge it up there. Just, you toss it up there. Take the back of your ankle, your calf, your Achilles tendon, and push it up there and spin your left heel down. So we're going to repeat what we did on the previous side. Bring your right elbow to your right knee and your left hand to your left waist. And either stay here, building strength in the legs in Konasana, or bring your left hand behind your head. And in addition to leg strength, now we're working on upper body mobility. This is your inhalation. As you exhale, you'll coil down, bring your left elbow to your right hand. And then inhale, sweep your elbow up and back. Push your head into your hand. And exhale, coil down, move just through your upper back. Yeah, good. 1 more time. Inhale, turn your sternum to the ceiling. Yes, Maxine, good, Kathy. And exhale, coil down. Wonderful. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Good. Square your hips coming onto the ball of your back foot so you can set your back knee, left knee down onto the floor. Okay, and we're going to twist. Fingertips to your shoulders. Belly firm. Joints aligned. Inhaling. On the exhale, turn to the right. Keep your elbows up and take them back. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twist, twist, twist. Watch that right knee. It wants to fly out to the right. And then 1 more time, come back to center. And then twist to the right. Yeah, good. And then fingertips come to the floor. Well done, everyone. You're going to step forward. Step up to the top of your mat. Utkatasana. Here we come. Are you ready? This time, you're going to sink into your hips, flexing deep in your knees. Bring your palms together in prayer. And you're going to spin your torso to the right, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. For 3 breaths. Roll that right shoulder back. 2. 1. Excellent. Unwind. Come to center. Give yourself a breath to elongate your spine. And then turn to the left. You just got 3 breaths. Here you go. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. You might want to just take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. That's absolutely legal. Top shoulder back. Good. Where's your mind? What's saying? What's going on up there? And then come to center, arms up. Long spine. And then fold forward, straighten your legs. Yes. Good. Breathe in and come halfway up. Oh, fill your lungs. Each breath is different than the one before. And then exhale, fold forward. You're going to take your left foot back. Spin your left heel down. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Right elbow to right knee, right? Left arm straight out to the left, parallel to the earth. As you breathe in, you're going to slice your left arm back, reaching it back behind you towards the wall beyond your back. And as you exhale, you're going to slice your left arm forward up towards your head, all the while keeping your arm parallel to the floor, palm facing down. Good. Slice back through the atmosphere, slice forward. One more time. You're going to slice back, slice forward. Great. And now you're going to take the left arm back and stay there. So roll that left shoulder back, pull your sternum up out of your belly. You're going to bend your left elbow, bring your left hand to your lower back, your sacrum, maybe your right butt cheek. Maybe you'll bring your hand to the top of your right thigh. Just keep rolling that left shoulder back. And now listen, you've got a block nearby. Sorry, I should have told you that. Put a block to the outside of your right ankle on its tallest height, and slowly, with your right hand to the block, slowly begin to straighten your right leg, coming into your version of bound triangle pose. So in this shape, both legs are straight, right hand is on the block, left arm is behind your back. Oh, that looks great. It's great. It's like an Instagram moment here. Good. Let's take one more breath. Head back a little. Good. Excellent. Bend your right knee. Woo. Unleash your left arm. Ay, ay, ay. Go slow. And then both hands to the floor. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Step back to downward facing dog. This is it for our standing flow, y'all. If you are so inclined to glide forward to staff, please do. Otherwise, hit your knees for child's pose. Hang out in downward dog. But come forward, staff, lower down. Give yourself a little back bend, maybe a little higher than the previous cobra. We're going to get into back bends here in just a few minutes. A little deeper. Right now, you can keep it low. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Great. And from downward facing dog, I'm going to have you step your left foot forward. Chunk it up there, rock it up there, drag it up there. Spin your right heel down. Okay, here we are, ready for our variation of Pranidhana. Now, before we get rolling, I should say, have a block just to the outside of your left ankle. So we're ready. And you're going to take your left elbow to your left knee. Your right arm's going to go straight out in front, eye level. Breathing in, right arm slices back. Breathing out, right arm forward. I'm going to invite you to keep your upper body and your pelvis as stable as possible. Not too much movement not too much gross movement through the thoracic spine. You're going to do this 3 times, slicing back, slicing forward. Good, and after your third one, take your right arm back, reach back, reach back, reach back. Turn your sternum towards the ceiling. Nice recovery. And then bring your right arm behind your back, bending your elbow. Maybe right fingertips to the top of your left thigh for a little bind. And then roll that right shoulder back. Good. And now left hand to the top of your block. And very slowly, being ever mindful of where the hamstrings attach to your sit bone on the left side. Slowly straighten your left leg, coming into your version of Trikonasana, Baddha Trikonasana, bound triangle pose. Great. Now, we're going to stay for just 2 more breaths. I would encourage you to turn your gaze to your left foot. And as you look down and roll your right shoulder back, you might get a little extra bang for your buck along the front of your left shoulder. Terrific. Bend your left knee, please. Release your right arm. Woo. And then both hands, fingertips come to the floor. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Okay. And then I'm going to have you step back to downward dog. Everybody come forward to staff. Shoulders over wrists. Plank pose, staff pose. And then knees or no knees, lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Okay. And here we go. For starters, I want you to bring your left hand underneath your head. Bend your left elbow. And turn your head to the right so you can look at your right arm, which I'd like you to place in cactus pose, cactus shape. Bend at the elbow. And here's what's going to happen. As you breathe in, I want you to press your right hand into the floor with so much power that you not only see, but you feel muscles engaging all the way up into your armpit. And when you exhale, keeping your right elbow on the floor, lift just your right hand and forearm. Twice more, please. Set your right hand down, press, press, press. Keep your pelvis stable. And exhale, lift the hand and forearm. Be mindful the hand doesn't fly up. The fingers don't fly up, rather. One more time, here we go. Press, 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 press. And then exhale, slowly, forearm comes up. Let's stay here for another breath. Push your elbow into the floor. And then come on down. Very nice. Good stuff in the shoulders. Turn your head to the left, resting your head on the back of your right hand. And here we go. Second side. Pressing left hand firmly into the floor. Push, 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 push. And then slowly pivot on the elbow, lift the hand. 2 more times. Push, 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 push. Good. And lift, 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 lift. Don't let your fingers fly upward. Keep everything in the same plane. 1 more time. Push, push, push. Good. And lift, 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 lift. Great. And come on down. I want you to bring both of your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms on the floor. And then lift your hips up. Keep your knees down. So you're going to modified forearm staff or forearm plank. Those of you that would like to lift knees up, be my guest. No pressure. We're not performing, but we're watching the mind. And we're being in a place of curiosity and acceptance for what is. One more breath. All right, lower down. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms down to the floor, please, forehead to the mat. For locust pose. Engage your butt muscles, glutes engage, fire off, and then up you go on an inhale. Lift up, head, chest, shoulders, feet, knees, legs. Good. Strong back. You can bring one of your hands to your back or both hands to your back and just feel how strong and powerful your back body is. And then come on down. Great. We're going to do forearm staff once again. Slide your elbows and forearms onto the mat, elbows under shoulders. First, just lift your hips. Engage through your belly, lengthening the lumbar region. And then if you choose, knees up. I'm watching the time, just going to do 30 seconds. Toggle your mandible back and forth a few times. Mind your mind. Almost there. Last 10 seconds. Strong front line, everybody. Great. Beautiful. Come on down. Now we're going to work on strong back line. Okay, so what's going to happen now is what I call swimming locust. I want you to bring your right arm forward, out to the floor in front of you. Good. Bring your left hand to your sacrum. As you breathe in, you're going to lift right arm, head, chest, left leg. And as you exhale, you're going to change arms, change legs. You can come down, you can come halfway down, and then inhale. Left arm, right leg. Good. Keep the pelvis on the floor. Good. Change position. Right arm, left leg, both hip points down, pubic bone down. And exhale, change position. Good. Left arm, right leg, lift, lift, lift. This is more about endurance than height. Great. One more time on each side, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Right arm, left leg, up, 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 up. And then midair transition. Left arm, right leg. Feel your back, feel your butt. Oh, so strong. Excellent. And then head down, leg down, arms down. Bring your arms in whatever shape, direction is comfortable. Turn your head to one side. And turn your head to the other side. Bring your forehead to the floor. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up onto your hands and your knees. Find your blocks. If you've got two, you're going to put one to the outside of your right ankle, one to the outside of your left ankle, and come up onto your knees. Point your toes back. Take a look behind you. See that your feet are neither sickling inward, like two pigeon-toed, nor externally rotated, but toes, heel, and knee, all in the same line. If you want to roll your mat towards you, I know a lot of you, practicing at home, Might be on carpeted floor, but if you'd like a little more cushion under your knee, roll your mat towards you. And for starters, you're just going to bring your hands to your waist, thumbs to your sacrum. I want you to draw your shoulders back and draw your elbows towards one another. Engage your glutes, engage your belly, and just lift your sternum upwards. This is it. For 5, eyes straight ahead. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Relax your arms. Bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together. Drop your knuckles down below your tush, and then lift your arms away from your back. Notice if your chin went forward. I want you to keep your ears lined over your shoulders, which are lined over your hips. Relax your arms just long enough to change the interlace of your fingers, and we'll go again, dropping the knuckles down, and then lifting the arm bones up away from your back. Belly firm. And relax. Roll your shoulders around. All right. Hands to your waist again. Fingers, or thumbs rather, thumbs to your sacrum. I want you to press like you could press your sacrum down. Lift your sternum up and just look up towards the ceiling. You don't have to go all the way back. We're not looking for like, the Pez head. Just glance up to maybe where the wall meets the ceiling, out beyond your eyes. Sternum rising up out of the belly. Elbows coming towards one another. Excellent. And then lift yourself up. Great. Relax your shoulders. Let yourself sway, flow, move, or simply be still. All right, last one. Here we go. Going for the gusto this time. Bring your hands to your lower back. This time, bring the base of your palms to your sacrum, fingers pointing down your bum so you can get a good feel for the glutes. Draw your elbows towards one another. Belly firm, glutes firm. Your hips are going to stay over your knees. Begin to lift your sternum up, 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 up. And then maybe right hand to your right block, left hand to your left block, and you can just stay on your fingertips. Keep your eyes looking down the bridge of your nose towards that space where the wall meets the ceiling. Good. For 5, 4, keep your hips over your knees. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Good. Bring your hands to your waist one at a time, and then rise up to vertical. Vertical spine. Good, everybody. That was terrific. Now you're going to take one of your blocks. Behind you, we're going to come into virasana. If your knees are a little testy today, you might use both blocks and settle your sitting bones onto your blocks on their tallest height. Or you might choose to go down to the second level. Your call. Virasana, we're on our shins. If virasana doesn't work, knees are not having it today, ankles really dislike this, get yourself into a shape that's more pleasant for your body. Bring your arms out front. Bring your elbows and forearms together. Elbows in line with your shoulders. As you inhale, peel your forearms apart. Exhale, forearms together. Keep your fingers in line with your wrists. Peel apart as you breathe in. Come together as you exhale. One more time, peel apart. And come together. Bring your right elbow under your left for Garudasana arms. You can just bring the back of your hands together, or if you want to bring your palms together, go for it. I want you to press your elbows and forearms forward and bring your chin down. Lift your head, unwrap your arms, bring your arms down. Allow your shoulders to release. Finding the release after the work, right? After the effort, the tapas. So here we go again. Elbows together, arms up. Keeping your elbows in the same plane as your shoulders. This time you're going to pivot, take your forearms to the right. And then keeping the arms together, take your forearms to the left. Good, elbows up. 2 more times. Forearms to the right. To the left. Great, 1 more time. Forearms to the right. Elbows stay together, elbows up. Forearms to the left. Good. Now you're going to take your left elbow under your right. And here we go, Garudasana, arms chin down. Noticing the difference, the way your body expresses differently with one arm under versus the other. Observe if you're carrying any residual tension in your jaw, your throat. Where's your tongue? Peel your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Good, elbows up. Good, Delinda. Good, and then lift your head, unwrap your arms. Good. Move your shoulders a few times in any direction or shape. Great, and then you're going to come off your block if you've been sitting on one and come onto your back. I want you to have your strap, please, and have your strap and your block. Have your strap and your block nearby. So, if your block nearby, and you reach out, you grab your strap, I want you to make a loop with your strap, like, good. You got the D-ring action, you know, take the tail of your strap through both D-rings and then flip it over on itself. So you make a belt, make a buckle. I have no idea what I'm saying. Make a loop. buckle a loop into your strap. Loop a buckle into your strap. Make a circle with your strap and secure it with your buckle. All right, and so your loop is pretty good size for starters. We'll manipulate it here in a moment. And then what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to ask you to bring your knees to your chest, one at a time. Gently draw your knees inward. You can rock a little, maybe roll a little. Okay, so you're going to take the strap and loop your feet and legs through your strap. And loop your strap around your feet and legs. Obviously, I'm having a difficult time with this today. Okay, so the strap is going to come around your mid-thighs. You can cinch it up a little bit, but wait, there's one more. There's one more instruction. Now I'm going to have you take your block, slide it between your thighs. It's going to have to come between the strap, so that your thighs can hug the block. Okay? And then once you get the block situated between your thighs, you're making like a little sushi roll, right? Your sushi, you're like the strap is like the seaweed wrapping around the legs. And then once you get a fairly taut buckle or loop or whatever it's called, you don't want to be cutting off your circulation. Then you're going to take your legs straight up. So we're coming into Supta Dandasana. Once your legs go straight up, you can manipulate the block. I like to take the block pretty low so it really connects my adductors, the AD, inner thigh muscles. Great. And then squeeze that block. You can manipulate the tightness of your strap. Arms can go anywhere you desire, down by your side, out like a T, up overhead. I want you to push your inner heels up to the ceiling. Spread your toes and squeeze that block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Great. Strap is halfway down your thighs between the knees and the pelvis. Excellent. Good. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is soften your knees, bring your knees to your chest, and just lose the block. Good. Take your legs straight up in the air again, returning to Supta Dandasana. And now you're going to push your thighs into the strap. Try to break out of the strap. Push, push, push. If you need to manipulate, tighten it, loosen it, but push, push, push. Great, well done. And then knees to chest, please. Take your strap off your legs. Keep your right knee into your chest. Take your left leg down onto the floor. And then taking a hold of your right knee with your left hand and taking your right arm out to the right. Let's come into a twist just for a couple of breaths. Taking your right knee across your body to the left. Mm-hmm. Come back up to neutral, please. Change legs. Bringing your left knee in and letting your right leg settle down onto the floor. Listening, watching, observing the mind, the body. Take your left knee across your body to the right. Taking your outer left hip away from your left ribs. And come back up to neutral. And bring both knees into your chest, please. And then take both legs straight up. You can bring your hands behind your thighs. And you can stay here, or when you exhale your next breath, I want you to roll yourself up. Walk your hands up towards your calves, your shins, your ankles, your feet. Bring your head up, your shoulders up. Bring your forehead towards your knee. Good. Round yourself up there. Hug yourself up there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice. And then slowly release your shoulders and head back to the floor. Let your knees become soft so you can set one foot at a time down on the mat. Let your knees knock inward so they rest against one another. You can take your feet a little bit wider. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your low ribs. And without manipulating or influencing your breath at all, just kind of kick back and watch your breath find its own rhythm, its own unique breath print. And this is the letting go part, right? The releasing. And taking a brief review of your time on the mat this morning, whatever your intention may have been, might still be. All of the shapes, angles, and moves that felt really good for you, that maybe had you thinking, yeah, nailed it. Yeah, accept that, be good with that, and move on. And likewise, all the shapes and the parts and the challenges, the moves that maybe had you thinking, ay, 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 I don't like this. When's this going to end? And accept that, be good with it, and move on. We'll come into Shavasana. We've got a good, strong 7 minutes ahead of us. You're welcome to stay where you are or wiggle your way over to a wall to put your legs up or climb up onto a piece of furniture. Yes, and those of you out west in the mountains, definitely time for sweaters, fuzzy socks. And then you'll drop into the Shava shape of your choosing. Be kind to your lower back. Be good to your spine, your shoulders, your hips and pelvis. And rest. I will keep track of the time. And you can begin deepening your breath and pulling some movement into your fingers and into your toes. And before you just hop up, I want you to take another beat or two or three and just think through this quote by Leslie Kaminoff. Yoga tries to find the balance between what you can change, the tapas, finding the balance between the work and the effort towards transformation, and what you cannot change, the release, the letting go, the surrendering to something greater. In yoga philosophy, it's ishvara pranidhana, full surrendering. And to me, that I just thought about this class being like a work release program. And I think of the asana practice as being a work release program. We show up, we burn brightly, we give 100%, even though that looks different every day, every week. But we do what we can with what we've got. And then we drop back, let it go, offer it up. We don't take it with us when we leave the mat. You can pull your knees up one leg at a time, and from whatever shape you're in, draw yourself up to a sitting position that feels good in your body. And we've been working on this mantra kind of since late spring through the summer, off and on through the summer. It's kind of a mouthful. So if you're new, just kind of like roll with it. It's like, whoa, there's a lot going on there. But this is such a lovely mantra. The translation really speaks to the theme of today's class. We work, we go, we do, but then we let go. Whatever we do with our body, whatever we say, we think, our sense organs, with all of our knowledge that we've gained, our inherent nature, right? Our prakriti, our doshic constitution, we surrender and submit all of this. Everything that we do it for the cause of something greater than our ego, something greater than our own plans and designs. So the kayena vacha manasindriyerva buryat manava prakrite svabhavat karomi yariyat sakalam parasmayi Narayanayeti Samarpayami. Okay, I'll sing it through one time. You're muted. No pressure to join in. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Kayena vacha manasendriyeva Puryatmanava Prakrite Svabhavat Karomi Ariyat Sakalam Parasmayi Narayanayeti Samarpayami. Bring your two palms up to your forehead. Effort and ease in the mind, effort and release. Bring your fingertips to your lips. Effort and ease in our speech and in our breath. And then bring your hands to your heart. May we always find the balance between effort and ease in our heart. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Great practice today. Well done. Thanks for rolling through it.
So good.